Well, hello my lovelies, it's Murky Meg here. It's Sunday the 5th of September and this is my second video today. If you haven't seen my previous video, I've popped a link up in the right hand corner. Please go and have a look. It talks about the new Lifetime movie Escaping the Palace and some extremely disturbing, shocking scenes that will even rock the hardest of hearts. Quite frankly, I was disgusted. So if you want to check it out, hit that link. Anyway, today's video focuses on a story that's come out from Buckingham Palace itself. Apparently, royal aides have been left absolutely stunned by the sheer nerve of Harry and Meghan because they have asked for a meeting with the Queen. Yes, with everything that's gone on, all of the accusations, everything, the fallout from the Oprah interview, what Harry said on Dax Shepard's podcast, and the Me You Can't See Apple episodes, I could call them, he still wants to have a little powwow with the Queen. And so does Meghan. Apparently they want to introduce little Lilibet to the monarch. Now first things first, as with all of these things, you've got to think, why? Why are Buckingham Palace putting this out? Why has there been a request from Harry and Meghan to meet with the Queen? Because there's always an ulterior motive with those two, isn't there? There's always something in the background. We've learned previously that they said that they wanted to leave the royal family because of privacy and that they just wanted their lives, but it turns out that they had been talking with Netflix and Spotify and other TV giants for deals way before they announced that they were leaving the royal family. And the lies that were spouted on Oprah just shows that they are dishonest. So the news says that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are reportedly, hopefully, going to introduce the Queen to their daughter Lilibet, who was born earlier this year on June the 4th. However, a source told The Sun that no meeting has been agreed upon yet and that it's left royal aides shocked given the pair's interview with Oprah just months ago. A source told The Sun newspaper that Harry and Meghan have made this offer, but a lot of people are shocked by the sheer nerve of it. They may genuinely want to see the Queen, but it's breathtaking given what they've put her through this year. Her Majesty's staff have not responded so far. In fact, there has also been discussion about Christmas and whether an invitation should be sent to Harry and Meghan after they spurned one last year. Can you remember that? That they were asked to join the monarch for Christmas and they said, no, we're staying in California, our first Californian Christmas. The source responds that the Queen is still very fond of Harry and would love to see Lilibet and her brother Archie. Now, well, you've got to take that into consideration. She is the great-grandmother of these children and the children haven't done anything to her. It's just her wayward grandson and his wife. They've put her through a hell of a lot. When she was grieving, and she's still grieving for Prince Philip, they did the Oprah interview while Prince Philip was in hospital. That in itself is unforgivable. And the fallout from afterwards, with all the podcasts and the extra bits and pieces on Apple, how on earth can she reasonably think that this would be a good idea with their past behaviours? With them, it's always an ulterior motive, isn't it? And that's what I ask you. What's the ulterior motive? I have a fair idea. There are two issues that I think are underlying this, possibly three. Yes, they probably do want to introduce the children again to the monarch. I mean, Archie hasn't seen the Queen since they left 2 Christmases ago, have they, when they went to Canada? He stayed in Canada when they came back for their final hurrah of when they all said goodbye. Archie wasn't there. He was still in Canada, apparently, with Jessica Mulrooney and the nanny. But remember that they have big deals to live up to. You've got Netflix. Now, would Netflix have really given a possible multi-million-pound deal to 2 ex-royals that didn't have a connection to the royal family? Oh, come off it. Netflix want access to the royal family, and I believe this is exactly what they're trying to do. It's been reported, as I said in my previous video yesterday, that Harry wants to come to the UK, and no doubt there will be a camera crew following him because he's got to sing for his supper, hasn't he? Now, if that's the case, and he comes to the UK with a camera crew in tow, there's no way he'll be getting through the palace doors. Absolutely none. I don't think that will be allowed one bit. And then they can spin it, can't they? They can say, well, they're being prejudiced against us. Remember, they always play the victims. Whatever they do, they will always spin themselves out to be the downtrodden. The ones that are being prejudiced against. The ones that are just trying to help themselves, but they just keep getting the door slammed in their faces. So I think content is one of their main motives of coming back and requesting an audience with the Queen. It has to be, really, doesn't it? Now think back to when Archie was born and we had the big PR photo with Meghan, Harry, Doria, the Queen and Prince Philip. That went worldwide. It went global. Everybody was talking about it. They want another one of those, don't they? They want a picture of Lilibet and Archie with the Queen of England because it sells. And guess what? They will own the copyright, won't they? It's a no-brainer that they want this. They'd be stupid not to want it. And what's sad is that this is a marketing exercise for them. And remember, narcissists are very self-driven. They have this massive, grandiose of self-entitlement, and anything that can benefit them, they will push for. It's quite sad to use your children in that way. This is possibly, obviously this is me paraphrasing, it's my opinion, but I don't think that they would do anything without an underlying motive. And I think content for Netflix and getting that very important picture of their daughter with the Queen, and more so their daughter and their son with the Queen. Big bucks. It will go global. They are aware that their popularity is tanking in the UK. I'm not quite sure of the US. I hear conflicting views. I hear that people are getting bored of them. They're getting saturated with the nonsense that they never shut up. And then other people, well, they say that they're quite popular and they have quite a following in America. You never know really who to believe. I know who I'd like to believe, but that's not the real truth. I know that my loyal followers and listeners are all on the same page. That's why you watch me. That's why you tune in for my opinions. And I thank you very, very greatly for that. I do worry though, because if they are granted access or if they're invited for Christmas, this is not going to go down too well with the UK public. And let's not forget, he has a memoir coming out next year at the same time as Her Majesty's Jubilee. It's a really sad state of affairs when you try and take away the limelight from your grandma on her very special Jubilee time, isn't it? I didn't like him before, and I like him even less now for that particular bombshell of the memoir being released around the time of the Jubilee. I think it's downright disgusting. If this meeting does go ahead and if they're invited for Christmas, it also ties with the fact that they keep pushing so hard about these close ties to the royal family and that they always Zoom and they're so close and such a loving relationship. I'm not buying it. I still believe that the major pulling point is that exclusive photo op with the family or with the Queen. They want that. They need that for their brand. They really, really do. And it worries me that it's going to be granted, that the Queen won't see Harry the man, she'll see Harry the grandson. And she is kind of between a rock and a hard place. If she grants it, then she'll be seen as weak and she'll be seen as letting them get away with it. If she doesn't grant it, they'll portray her as the evil one and they'll be the victims. But you've also got to remember is that Harry can't hold his water, it seems, because he just seems to be on a truth-seeking mission, or truth-speaking mission, I should say. There's always the risk that what is divulged between them in a meeting or anything that happens could then get passed to the media via Gayle King or by their friends that like to talk to Omid Scooby. Ooh, maybe this could be Omid's third issue of the book, the second epilogue. I'm sorry, but it is just a transparent effort to link themselves to the monarch and the royal family. But what gets me is that just only a few days ago, Omid Scooby? Oh, him, was harping on that they didn't get what they wanted from the royal family, which was an apology, and it didn't surprise them that they didn't own up to their mistakes. What do you want? Make up your mind! This is all to do with cementing themselves as still within the royal fold, and it's all about PR and their brand. Mark my words. They desperately need to keep that connection alive, don't they? Although if this request is refused, I guess they'll feel a little slither of how Thomas Markle feels right now. I found this comment on the Daily Mail and I think it's really quite apt. It says, "There's something about Meghan that makes me think everything she wants is a self-promotion opportunity. As Dr. Phil says, the best predictor of future behaviour is past behaviour." And I agree with that completely. They completely slandered the royal family on a global scale at the Oprah interview and it went worldwide. Everybody was talking. They slung accusations of a royal racist around without actually naming that person, which I think did more damage than anything, because then the whole of them are tarred with the same brush by not owning up to who it is. Was a very cowardly thing to do. So it seems that Harry and Meghan are in a win-win situation. If it's granted, they get what they want. They get that photo opportunity. And hopefully, if it is granted, then the Queen should stipulate that these photos are not for public release. Hopefully, she's got their mark, but I'm not quite sure. If it's granted, then they win. They get what they want. If it's not granted, they still win because they can play the victims. And you can bet your bottom dollar that they will make sure that everybody knows that if it's not granted, why it wasn't granted. One final thing I will say, I thought this comment in the Daily Mail absolutely nailed it. It says, "They need a photo op of Lilibet with the Queen so they can wax poetic about their close bond and write a children's book series called Lily and the Queen." To be honest, I wouldn't put it past her. So what do you all think? Do you think this is purely a request for PR purposes? Do you think that their only motive is money and to boost their brand? Do you think that the Queen will say yes because ultimately Harry is her grandson? Or do you think the Queen will hopefully be a little bit more savvy and say, well, yes, you can come, but there will be no publicity shots and any photos are not to be made public? And if she does, will they listen? What other motives do you think that they have for putting in this request? Is it just purely that they want to see the Queen? Or is it something much, much more sinister? As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.